Hello besties, welcome or welcome back. I had a completely different video for you today, but last night, at least at the time I'm recording this video, I received an email that I'm going to read to you and respond to. Without any further ado, let's beast it. Hello. We received a copyright infringement notification below regarding your videos. We believe your content is protected by fair use, fair dealing, or a similar exception to copyright protection. We are writing to let you know we do not plan to remove your videos at this time. You have control over the availability of videos on your channel, including the ability to delete them if you choose. And the link here is the video in question. And that's the one titled Fatsapphicbro Is In Denial. Please be advised it is possible the copyright owner will approach you directly to request removal or take other action. Okay, but they won't, and if they do, the video is protected under fair use. If they don't like it, they can take me to court where they will most likely lose. This email is not intended as legal advice. If you are interested in more information regarding your options in this matter, you may wish to consult a qualified attorney. No questions from my end. Please note the complainant's physical address and phone number have been redacted from the copyright infringement notification below. What followed is a complaint that Fatsapphicbro filed out. I'm going to read it too because it's glorious. Copyright infringement notification confirmation. Thank you for submitting a copyright takedown request. Your request will be reviewed to make sure it's valid and includes all required elements. That link seems broken, but YouTube explicitly stated the required elements below. In your request, you have asked that we remove the videos and prevent any copies from being uploaded in the future. We replied to this email when we've taken action on your request. Fair enough. To check the status of your takedown request, go to Removal Request tab in YouTube Studio's copyright page. From here, you can also turn off the Prevent Copies feature. This is a feature that makes best effort to prevent copies of the videos you ask us to remove from being re-uploaded to YouTube. Though there is not much happening yet with these paragraphs, I'm still reading them for full transparency. And also for those of you who haven't seen a copyright takedown request email from YouTube, I hadn't till this one, to give you an example of what it looks like, at least in 2022. Keep in mind that this feature should only be selected when you have exclusive worldwide rights to the content specified in your takedown request. English is my second language if we don't count baby talk, so I had to look up exclusive worldwide rights and check this out. The US Copyright Office made a video on the matter 4 months ago at the time of recording. According to the US Copyright Office themselves, copyright owners have the right to make copies of their work, distribute copies of their work, create derivatives of their work, display their work publicly, perform the work publicly, perform the work by means of digital audio transmissions. If the work is registered with the US Copyright Office, then the work is protected for a limited amount of time dedicated by the US Copyright Office. After that period of time expires, if a renewal wasn't requested, then the work is no longer protected by the US Copyright Office and instead is in the public domain. When that happens, according to the US Copyright Office themselves, anyone has the right to use the work in any way they wish. Now, here's the kicker. When a work is copyright protected, people either need permission to use that work from the copyright owner, or they can use the same protected work without permission if that use falls under one of the exceptions or limitations defined in the Copyright Act. What are they, you will ask? Well, fair use and educational protected use. What is fair use? According to the US Copyright Office again, fair use is a case-by-case text found in copyright laws that allows the use of copyrighted work without permission. It's not as straightforward as it sounds, and only a federal judicial court can settle the matter of fair use. But the categories that usually fall under fair use are criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, or research. Title 17 of the United States Code set 4 fair use factors. 1. The purpose and character of the use, including whether the use is of a commercial nature, transformative, or is for education purposes. Transformative must cover the following. Does the new content have a new purpose, a new meaning, or new message? Is the new content a substitute for the original work? 2. Nature of the copyrighted work. Is it factual or previously published? 3. Amount and substantiality of the portion used in relation to the copyrighted work as a whole. How much of the original content was used? Was it the heart of the work? Was it only what is necessary? Also, keep in mind that there is no set amount of how much material can be used under fair use. The U.S. Federal Judicial Court decides that on a case-by-case basis. 4. Effects of the use upon the potential market for or value of the copyrighted work. Does the use of the work harm the market for the original work? For instance, is the new work a copy of the original? To come back to this email, I'm just going to include screenshots now because there are some information not necessarily on the public domain, or at least I have not looked for it to verify. That is Fatsapphicbro's email address, so I blocked that. But the names they have listed in the takedown request, I'll leave because those are in the public domain, and therefore this would not be doxing as they already provided them themselves before and still use them. So here we go. Copyright owner name, Silakwe Jaden. I hope I pronounced that right. Full legal name.
I feel nauseous, believe me.
Your title or job position. Self. Username, Silakwe Jaden. Email address, URL of allegedly infringing video to be removed. That's the video link. And this is the Fatsapphicbro Is In Denial video. Describe the work allegedly infringed. My video, not from YouTube. Title of original video, Try Again Troll. Link to the video. Okay, that's the link of the TikTok videos. Where does the content appear? Entire video. Country where copyright applies, US. This is where it becomes interesting. I state under penalty of perjury that I am the owner or an agent authorized to act on behalf of the owner of an exclusive right that is allegedly infringed. I have a good faith belief that the use of the material in the manner complained of is not authorized by the copyright owner, its agent, or the law. And this notification is accurate. I acknowledge that under section 512F of the DMCA, any person who knowingly materially misrepresents that material or activity is infringing may be subject to liability for damage. I understand that abuse of this tool will result in termination of my YouTube account. Authorized signature.
You told your friend you're
So this is, you have the facts. Fatsapphicbro issued a DMCA against my video because it hurt their feelings, which is not something the law cares about. YouTube analyzed the video in question and determined that it falls within fair use under US copyright laws. Fatsapphicbro didn't like YouTube's response and reached out to them again. They're using my entire videos ripped from TikTok and post them in their entirety while mocking, harassing, and ridiculing me. How is this not a copyright infringement to steal and post whole videos from someone's social media pages? They sent another email to YouTube. How much of your copyrighted work is used? Multiple full entire videos. How is the market for your original work affected by this use? This person's followers come onto my TikTok page to harass me. First of all, they're not answering the question because the answer is it doesn't. Instead, they allude to my followers going to their pages to harass them. 1. There is a disclaimer in the About section of this channel and the description of each commentary video on the channel. This message is to my followers and the viewers of the channel. Disclaimer: this video is based on my opinions and for your entertainment. Commentary and constructive criticism contents are not intended to incite harassment of any kind. I do not condone that behavior. As a viewer of this content, please do not engage in any forms of harassment targeted at any individual discussed in this video or on the channel. Let's assume they decide to ignore the message and come harass you as you said. Am I responsible when I clearly urge them not to? 2. How do you know they're my followers? Ay. Trying to play with fire that you can't even control can get you burned. The message continues. They misgendered me. That's not against copyright laws. Use slurs. Where did I use slurs? Ridicule me. Where and how? By fact-checking your claims with supporting evidence? Claim I'm lying about my life experiences. Opinions are not facts, and I showed supporting evidence of my claims. And make many rude comments about my weight, health, and disabilities. Please, show me where and how. Does this use significantly transform your original work, or does it serve the same purpose? It takes my entire work and uses it as a means of ridicule and harassment. This person misgenders me, uses slurs, ridicules me, claims I'm lying about my life experiences, and make many rude comments about my weight, health, and disabilities. They specifically target me as a multiply marginalized person. Ouch! Fatsapphicbro is specifically targeting me as multiply marginalized person. I'm black. I'm a woman. I'm African. I'm a small content creator. How dare you target for multiply marginalized person me? They misgendered me too. YouTube answered, "Hello, thank you for your message. However, we remain concerned that your copyright notification is not valid for some or all of the videos identified in your notification. As a result, the content will remain live on YouTube. If you have concerns relating to harassment, your privacy, safety, or other abuse issues, please visit our Policy and Safety Hub to help you better understand your situation as well as where to report such content. Sincerely, the YouTube team." My guess is that Fatsapphicbro won't be happy with the decision. They also have options though. Number 1, they can send me a cease or desist letter, which I will ignore because my work doesn't infringe on theirs. Plus, keep in mind that the law recognizes facts, not feelings. 2, they can sue me in federal justice court, but they need to have their work registered with the US Copyright Office or have received a refusal to register their work with the US Copyright Office. 3. If the claim is less than $30,000, Fatsapphicbro can file a claim against me with the Copyright Claims Board or CCB. For this, they need to have registered their work with the US Copyright Office or have filed to register their work with the office. However, if the US Copyright Office refuses to register the work, then the CCB will reject the claim. A fourth option would be for Fatsapphicbro to find a corner where they could go and eat their feelings. Now, my message to Fatsapphicbro, because I know they watched this video, thank you for making it known that little nobody me is so powerful that I scare you to the point that you feel like because I'm a small content creator, you can scare me with coward tactics. Be careful with slandering because you may end up opening yourself to a defamation lawsuit against you. Unlike you, this is not a trick. I'm ready to proceed to court if that's where you want to go, and know that I'm here for the long run. Anyone is fair game for criticisms, including myself. If you want none of it, make your account private, or better, leave the internet. You don't scare me. But I see that I scare you very much. I'm not going anywhere and will call you out on every false and dangerous claims that you make if I want. Unlike other creators who offered you to meet them in a debate, I'm telling you now, you ruined that chance with me. The only place I'm willing to meet you and settle whatever nonsense is tickling you is in court. You're giving me ammunition, and I will not hesitate to use it against you. In your own words, try again, troll. Thanks for watching, besties. Train mean.